where the Savannah Act is headed, and what you need to know about it.
Considering changing your major next semester, we've got tips to make the decision easier.
And some insight on the Christmas creep.
You're watching Bison Information Network News. Thanks for joining us. On Wednesday, the Savannah Act received approval to move to the Senate floor to be voted into law.
The act is named after Savannah LaFontaine Graylin, a Fargo woman who was murdered by her neighbor in 2017. The goal of the act is to develop protocols to address the issue of missing and murdered Indigenous women. The bill was first introduced by former North Dakota Senator Heidi Heitkamp and has been in the control of current Senator Kevin Cramer. Even if the bill is voted in favor by the U.S. Senate, it will still need approval from the House of Representatives before fully going into effect. With Thanksgiving break starting on Wednesday of next week, here are the campus hours for students that are staying in Fargo over the break. Once the break begins, the hours will be from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m., except for a Thanksgiving Day when campus will be closed. The dining center hours vary during that week, with Union and Residence dining centers closing at 2:30 on Tuesday will be closed for the rest of the week. The West Dining Center will close at 8:30 p.m. next Tuesday, 11 a.m. next Wednesday, and will be closed the rest of the week. Residence halls will close at 10 a.m. Wednesday, the 27th, and will reopen Sunday, December 1st.
With over 100 majors offered at NDSU, it can be hard to choose the right one for you. About 80% of students in the United States change their major at least once during their college careers. If you're interested in changing your major or just want to see what else NDSU has to offer, they have many resources to help. The first thing you should do is talk to your academic advisor or visit the Career and Advising Center here on campus. Other things you can do is visit one of the many major events held by NDSU each year and research the majors offered.
A high-profile Bison Information Network alumnus returned to campus last week. Ryan Nelson, an executive member of Audience of One, former NDSU quarterback Carson Wentz's nonprofit, stopped by our studio last week to observe our newscast. Audience of One aims to uplift communities around the world through acts of kindness influenced by spirituality. Nelson agreed to sit down with current sports director Isaac Deanson, who asked why community support means so much to AO1.
The community makes us go, right? Donations are our lifeblood. If people don't believe in what we're doing and what our organization stands for, we don't exist. That is the name of the game in the nonprofit world. So people have to trust in us, and we have to be faithful stewards of the money that we are given. And so that is completely what we're all about. And so that community support is really what keeps us going.
Nelson also asks those interested in donating to the nonprofit to do so at ao1foundation.org.
For those who will be in the Fargo-Moorhead area next week, feel like getting into this Christmas spirit, Fargo Park District will be hosting its annual tree lighting. The event will take place at 5:15 p.m. on November 26 at the train depot on 701 Main Avenue. S'mores and hot chocolate will be provided. Following the tree lighting, the Holiday Winterfest and Xcel Energy Lights Parade will begin. For more information about these events, you can visit www.fargoparks.com.
Another round of questions was asked at last night's 5th Democratic primary debate. NDSU students gathered to watch the debate, and NDSU Democrats hold viewing parties on the third floor study room of the Bridges for every debate. The viewing party is a good way for students to come together to talk about politics in an open environment. If you're a student and you are not affiliated with either side of the political spectrum, these are a good way to ask people why they are aligned to a certain party.
Debate parties, or just debate parties in general, are really fun and a great way to get to know people that are like-minded with you. So people that support the same issues, it can be really hard, especially as a Democrat. And so having a group that you can get together with, that you can enjoy the debate, you can have great conversations with, will help create a good cohort.
The 6th Democratic debate will be on December 19th at Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles.
Now let's take a look at the weather for the upcoming week in the Fargo-Moorhead area. Yesterday saw the northern part of North Dakota get large amounts of snow. Around here, however, just a little snow came down this morning and early afternoon. Today we topped off around 25 degrees, and tonight the sky will clear out, but we'll see temperatures dip back down into the low teens. Over to the 7-day forecast, we should see a rise in temperatures yet again to start the weekend, potentially seeing a high of 44 by Sunday. Not much rain or snow is expected, especially with those sunny skies Friday and Saturday. Next week, temperatures will drop back down with highs near freezing on Monday and Tuesday. No snow is expected for potential Wednesday travel, but for Thanksgiving next Thursday, there is a chance of a snow system will roll through the area. It's not a guarantee snow will come at that time, but the possibility will be something to monitor as the days go by.
Up next on Bison Information Network News, a recital at Beckwith Reciting Hall featuring specific instruments and a spotlight on the Environmental Sustainability Club.
We'll be right back. The ad is appearing on billboard, televisions, radio, and magazines, but its slogan has some questioning the message.
Ryan Martin reports.
Dakota's meth crisis is growing at an alarming rate.
The mission of the campaign is to get everyone in the state on board to recognize the signs of addiction and to know that we have treatment resources available.
Meth is not someone else's problem. It's everyone in South Dakota's problem.
There will be a variety of different media sources such as TV, radio, print ads, billboards. So it will be a comprehensive campaign.
The campaign slogan is getting attention already.
I'm on meth.
I'm on meth.
I'm on it too.
So am I.
So am I.
I'm on meth.
But not all of it is positive.
We knew that going out, we have to get something out there that captures the attention of South Dakota. We have to cut through the clutter of advertising and social media messages to get people to stop and think about this important issue.
Lori Gill is the secretary for the South Dakota Department of Social Services. She said this slogan was created to capture people's attention.
What we were looking for was a unique way to show that we are responsible as a community to help combat the issue.
She thinks the campaign has been very effective so far.
It's going to raise the awareness of folks and get people talking, and I think it's already doing that.
Ultimately, the Department of Social Services wants to help people who are using the drug get off it.
Let's get meth out of South Dakota.
That's one thing that we're going to be expecting, is that a lot of folks are going to be coming forth saying, how can I work on this issue? What can I do to make a difference? And we're going to be leading people to those ways to pull together and make a difference.
During the first 8 months of this year, officials say there were more than 2,000 meth-related arrests across the South Dakota.
On Wednesday, students of the NDSU Challey School of Music performed Woodwind Chamber Night at Beckwith Recital Hall. The concert featured multiple different groups performing pieces from the 18th, 19th, and early 20th century. The concert featured woodwind instruments such as the clarinet, flute, oboe, French horn, and bassoon. Recitals and concerts happen frequently over in Beckwith Recital Hall and in Festival Concert Hall, and admission is free for students. For more information on when the next recital or concert is, visit ndsu.edu/performing arts and click on the calendar.
A group of NDSU students take home a victory from this year's 2019 Environmental Challenge held in Minneapolis this past month. Students Troy Borrud, Dustin Grandbois, Mara Rodalik, and Adriana Christian were one of the 8 teams that participated with teams from 4 other universities. The competition focuses on reducing chloride discharge from ion exchange water softeners used by residents and industries in a hypothetical small town. The students were asked to analyze this existing data with a chloride reduction goal, along with alternatives and cost estimates that will go towards those improvements.
The NDSU Environmental Sustainability Club is one of more than 200 clubs to join here on campus. They meet twice a month on Tuesdays at 7 p.m., usually at the upper floor in the Memorial Union. The club regularly does projects that help the community and teaches about what their club does. Members have joined because they want to do their part in helping the planet.
Our club is all about campus and community outreach and education.
We really try to focus on our projects. Some cool projects we're working on this year are a thrift shop. So we want to educate people on how buying clothes affects the environment.
If you are interested in joining the club, you can email Eric Christofferson.
The holidays are coming up fast, and that calls for stressful shopping. This year, the Volunteer Network would like to help NDSU students and staff with their shopping through the 2019 Giving Tree. The Giving Tree is a decorated Christmas tree that has ornaments with specific gifts listed on them. Those wishing to purchase a gift may stop by the Student Activities Office or the library from November 25th to December 13th. Grabbing an ornament will help families who are struggling during the holidays and may not be able to provide gifts for their children. Registration ends on November 25th, and for any other information, go to ndsu.volunteer@ndsu.edu.
NDSU Performing Arts has announced a list of free opera, theater, and concerts that are available to students for free. From now until December 13th, a variety of events are up for attendance in the Festival Concert Hall. Concerts available include the Fargo Moorhead Jazz Concert, Symphony Orchestra, Wind Symphony, and the University Band Concert. Also being offered is the opportunity to hear NDSU Opera perform Julius Caesar by Handel at the Peace Lutheran Church on 12th Avenue. All events are free of charge for NDSU students with a valid student ID. To get more information on times and dates, visit ndsu.edu and search for the news and events calendar.
Still to come up on Bison Information Network news, some correlation between hiccups and body development.
And the latest update on all things Hollywood.
We'll be right back. They may be annoying, but scientists say hiccups may play a crucial role in our development. CNN Mandy Gaither has more in this week's Health Minute.
Hiccups may help babies regulate their breathing. In a study led by University College London, researchers monitored 13 newborns. They found hiccuping triggered a large wave of brain signals, which could aid in the child's development. A senior researcher on the study suggested the brain activity might help babies learn how to monitor breathing muscles, leading to an ability to control breathing voluntarily. Hiccuping is seen as early as 9 weeks into pregnancy, and babies born at least 3 weeks premature hiccup for about 15 minutes each day. Newborns involved in the study had electrodes placed on their scalps and sensors on their torsos to monitor for hiccups. Researchers found contractions in the baby's diaphragms produced 3 brain waves. They believe the third brain wave allows babies to link the hic sound of the hiccup to the physical contraction they feel. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Researchers say hiccups have no known advantage for adults.
On Wednesday, the Fargo Police Department were made aware of a phone scam involving Xcel Energy. Multiple businesses have claimed that they have received calls, supposedly from Xcel Energy, claiming they would discontinue service unless they paid money by a certain date. Xcel Energy has reported that the scammers are also targeting the elderly. In order to prevent anyone from falling victim to the scammers, Fargo Police recommends that you talk to friends, family, and anyone else that may be at risk. Today in entertainment news, your latest look at some big screen felines and 2 very different tours for 2020. Here's CNN's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
Tonight is a magical night where I choose the cat that deserves a new life.
Going to the ball could get dangerous.
Pause to watch the newest trailer for Cats. An all-star cast sings and dances in feline fur for the big screen version of the iconic Broadway musical. The classic tale arrives in theaters December 20th.
A little lost, a little rough. I ask myself, have you had enough?
Now that actress and singer-songwriter Mandy Moore has returned to music, she's preparing to hit the road. Moore has announced a 2020 North American tour, kicking off March 20th in Pittsburgh and hitting nearly 30 U.S. cities between then and early May. More details at mandymoore.com. Now to a somewhat different musical tour. Baby Shark Live is extending its popular tour next spring, sinking its teeth into more than 70 cities between March and early June. If you haven't had your fill of the earworm yet, swim on over to babysharklive.com for more information. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Coming up after the break, Isaac Dienison has sports.
What can we expect this week, Isaac?
Well, every week I do report on new things that are happening in athletics, but at the same time, this week not much is really different from other weeks. I'll let you know what that means coming up next. For 14 players on this Bison football team, last Saturday's game meant just a little bit more than usual. The end result, however, has become rather usual. It's senior day at the Fargo Dome, and all 14 of those seniors had a chance to be recognized for what they bring to the program on a daily basis. To game action now. First quarter, Ty Brooks, the hometown senior, breaks through some would-be tacklers for a short touchdown. The Bison lead this one 7-0 here. 14-0 later when Trey Lance off a play-action bootleg throws it back to a wide-open Ben Ellefson in the end zone. The senior has his 5th touchdown of the season and 16th of his career. 28-7 NDSU at the half. To the third quarter, let's give some love to the fullbacks of the world. Freshman Hunter Lupke will take the sweep, hurdle a defender. He rumbles his way into the end zone for his first career touchdown. It's 35-7 home team. Now to the fourth, backup quarterback Zeb Nolan under center rolls out and finds Lupke again. He scores for a second time. Bison win this one big, 49-14, and now claim its 9th straight conference championship outright.
You really hear why NDSU is such a special place when you start talking to our seniors, and all of them did an outstanding job, and they're a good group of kids. It may not have the numbers that it has in years past, but the quality's definitely there.
NDSU can clinch a 2nd straight undefeated regular season with a win this weekend at Southern Illinois. That game kicks off Saturday at 2 o'clock. Here's a quick check-in on both NDSU basketball programs at this point in the season. The Bison men's team won 2 out of the 3 games it played in Corpus Christi last weekend. NDSU is now 4-2 on the season and will host Utah Valley Saturday night. Meanwhile, the women's basketball program is still looking for its first victory of the season. Last Friday, the Bison fell to Valparaiso at home by 12 and followed up that performance with an 11-point road loss to Creighton. The Valpo game saw NDSU miss all 14 of its 3-point attempts, and the Creighton game featured 21 NDSU turnovers. The Lady Bison will take on the Iowa State Cyclones at the Shack tomorrow night. Heading into the final day of the volleyball regular season Sunday, neither NDSU nor Oral Roberts could do anything to improve their playoff seeding. However, instead of taking this one lightly, both teams gave out incredible efforts. Before the game, Abby Close was honored as the lone senior on the NDSU roster. The Bison started the first set with as much as a 13-point advantage before the Golden Eagles came back within 3 points. Oral Roberts narrowly avoided a sweep with a 26-24 decision in the third set, but NDSU would take the match in 4. Syra Tanchin capped off her first regular season as a Bison with 17 kills, and Emily Halverson added 14 of her own. NDSU will take on Omaha in the first round of the Summit League tournament tomorrow afternoon in Denver. The winner of that matchup will play red-hot South Dakota the next day. The NDSU wrestling team hosted its second duel of the season Sunday against a 25th-ranked Purdue team in a Big 12 Big 10 meetup. This one proved to be tough sledding for NDSU early. The Boilermakers won 7 of the 10 matches and won 22-12 overall. Purdue had 6 wrestlers nationally ranked coming in, 5 of whom won their decisions. The Bison got a few individual victories late with Brandon Metz at 285 and Cam Sikora at 133. NDSU will get 2 more shots at Big 10 opponents this weekend on the road against Indiana and Northwestern. And be sure to tune in next time for more content related to Bison athletics, but otherwise that's This Week in Sports. Up next is a Thankful For edition of Bison on the Street. Stick around.
The Minnesota Vikings and fans are mourning the loss of one of the franchise's longest tenured players, Fred Cox. The legendary kicker played 15 seasons for the Vikings, which ranks 3rd longest in franchise history behind Jim Marshall and Nick Tingelhoff. In addition to his football career, Cox was also the creator of the popular Nerf football. Fred was beloved by his teammates and coaches, as well as the fans who were able to watch him play. Former Vikings head coach Bud Grant described Cox as a great kicker and great athlete.
Next week is all about giving thanks. Bison Information Network reporter Sam Goodman asked students what they are most thankful for in this week's Bison on the Street.
Most thankful for my family. I just really appreciate how much support they give me.
I'm most thankful for my family and NDSU Dining and all of the employees.
This Thanksgiving, I'm most thankful for my parents and my siblings and just another year of life.
I am most thankful to have such amazing friends and family in my life.
I'm super thankful for all the comm professors out there. I'm super grateful for Crawford. She's kind of a cutie. I love her laugh. And
yeah, I'm thankful for Dr. Walden. Just everything about Dr. Walden. There's really no weakness in that man.
I'm thankful for the ability to have a wide access to information.
I'm most thankful for my family. They've been a huge influence and had a big impact on who I am and who I'm going to be someday.
You know, I'm actually just most thankful to be here right now with all of you guys here today.
Oh, well, that's so cool. Personally, I'm thankful for finally being able to graduate college. It's something I've been waiting to do for a long time, so I'm glad it's finally coming up in these next couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm just thankful that for my first year here, this has been really fun, and I've really enjoyed being with these guys. So,
thank you.
Well, let's take one last look at the weather for the week ahead around Fargo. After some chilly weather tonight, we'll warm up back up into the 40s throughout the weekend, with sunny skies expected for most of the weekend. Snow is much less of a possibility than it was today. Highs will dip back down into the low 30s and high 20s next week, with cloudy skies expected nearly all week. There's a chance, however, for a Thanksgiving Day snowfall, but it hopefully should not affect Wednesday travel plans.
So, I mean, yeah, not ideal for potential Thanksgiving, but I plan on being home at least, so that's all right for me.
Oh yeah, I'll be back in the Twin Cities with my family. Haven't seen them in a while, so it'll be nice to see them.
yeah, I'm heading on the road, so
Best of luck to you on Thursday?
Yeah. No, we'll leave Wednesday. But
So you should be good then.
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
All right, well, thank you all for watching this week with this week's edition of Bison Information Network News. Be sure to watch us next time on the channel. We'll see you next time.